Hello guys, it's Paula back. Today going to show you a simple embellishment. You may have already even done it. I'm working on the fall book, and I decided to make 4 of these because I don't know how many fall books I'm going to make. So I'll show you what it is, and I'm going to try to make this quick so you're not I'm trying to make them shorter so you guys don't lose interest. I know that it's, boring when it goes on and on and on sometimes. So the first one I did was I took one of Denise's at A Tattered Dream, one of her time cards, and I just simply folded it up as tall as I wanted it. So as you can see, that's about the same size. And I made a pocket, okay? I wanted this to house at least 3 pockets. So I added a pocket at the bottom. Now on this one, I know there's a lot of strings here, but I wanted it to look very autumn-like. So I did like a little circle tag and just a small tag here with a scallop punch cut in half and just a strip of ribbon. Very simple but fun. And this is a pocket, and I did round the edges on this one. And on the top here is another pocket. So I did punch this out so you can also get a third row of just like this. It would look this way. I'll pull out this other tag and show you. I haven't completely finished all the tags. I have the one in the back to do, but I wanted to get this video up for you. Okay, and then so see, you could do a different type, which is what I'll probably do. Just watch for it in my flip through when I do the fall book flip through, which hopefully is in a few days. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that together. Now I've inked everything because of time. I didn't want to keep you guys forever. And this is a simple project, actually. There's not a whole lot of brain thought that goes into this. But I just thought, well, I'm going to turn on the video while I'm making these and let you guys come along with me. Now on this one, let me move some of this so it's not so confusing to you in the camera. On this one, I only had a certain amount of scraps, which is what my goal is with this, is to be able to house as much journaling areas as possible and being able to get rid of some scraps. And so definitely is a perfect project to do that. Now you can do this with just a piece. If you don't have a time card, you can do it with just a long piece of double-sided cardstock. You can just be creative and come up with whatever it takes to get the project done. So first, normally I'm doing this one a little different than I did the others. On the others, I just measured whatever size this part that was folded over was, and just left a little bit of a border. But I wanted to use this little scrap, so I decided to just bring it down to the bottom. And I already realized that I've made a mistake on this one. I should have just glued it like this, but instead I glued it down. So we got to come up with another way to do this. Let me think for a second. I was going to do it like this and let this portion be, that's why I shouldn't have tried piecing it, because when you do, that's when things happen. So I have another piece, but I don't think it's big enough. Let's see. I might have some more. If not, we'll come up with something. Let me think. I'm looking here to see what's left in my scraps, and I'm not real picky about, you know, how it matches and so forth. I'm just looking for a piece that is the right size. And I'm hoping that I can find one that is the same print, but maybe not. Okay. This is a lot of different colors, and that would work. I just want it to be bright and cheery. How about we do this one? That'd be fun. Okay. Sorry, guys. I make mistakes. I've made plenty of them. Trust me. And you know, but the fun thing about it is every time you do, you learn something new. And so I'm going to get my little cutting tool out. Little creative memories. Paper trimmer. Okay, now this is going to come down a little bit, but that's okay because I'm going to put the top part of the other pocket here. And I'm going to get my pencil. Let me show you here what I'm doing. Can you see? Let me move it up a little bit. Okay. So, just going to take your pencil and mark where you want to cut your paper. And just do that really quickly. I say do it really quickly, but you know how that is. You know, I think I want to bring it over and then cut some off the other side. Let's see if that will work. See if we can just center that little flower. That would be kind of cool. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Because sometimes you just have to make things work. Now it's not going to completely. No, it's going to be too big. But I'm just going to take a little off each side until I get it right. And hopefully I will. Hope you guys have been having a good day. I've been really busy with the new puppy. Oh my goodness. I can tell it's been 4 or 5 years since I've had one. My body is like, what are you doing? You're 61. And this puppy is 3 months old. She has so much energy. I don't know where she gets it, but I just took her outside and she literally did cartwheels across the backyard. She didn't want to go potty. She wanted to do cartwheels. And of course I'm like, what is she doing? You know, I couldn't figure out. She was going a little spastic. I think that we have a walking trail behind our house and a pond. And I think she was watching people and just flipping out over it. It's all new to her. You know, she is definitely loving life right now. I think she's happy. She didn't take very long to just catch on to everything. You know, she's a happy little thing and very, very active. We've had a lot of, you know, several people over this last weekend. It was a busy weekend. I can't get that to erase, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to, now I've got to think about how I'm gluing this down this time. Okay, so it's going to be like this. And I'm going to take this and put across here, kind of like a little, like it's folded over. Although I cut this to go with the other one, I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Let's see. Yeah, it is. So I think I'll glue it on first. Then maybe I won't mess it up this time. It's been one of those crazy days. My housekeeper was here doing some deep cleaning for me. The puppy was spastic all day. I mean, I didn't even really get to fix my hair today. It's been like, I think I had a baby. That's what it feels like. But you remember those sleepless nights and sleepless days and constantly on the go, and she makes it very difficult for me to do my craft things. But I have been training her to to set up on the table on her little cushion, and she didn't like it at first, but she's kind of getting used to it now. And you know, I play with her and pet her and give her treats and whatever. She didn't sit there all day. I break about every 45 minutes and take her to potty and feed her and give her water, and then we play in the living room for about an hour. Let her energy get ran out, if it ever does. Okay, so now we're going to glue this down over this other piece, and that's fine. It's not gonna show. And so what you do is you just glue the right and the left side and the bottom side to make a pocket. Now, what I wanted to do that I didn't do on the other one was I was going to put a pocket down here, and I think I might still use this. Now, you can see the sunflower through there, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a little pocket with this, because that was the plan. This glue is getting to the bottom, so I have to shake it down every time. Okay. And luckily this fit the same measurements as well. Don't know how that happened, but I'm glad it did. Okay. Let me get this going here. All right, there. Now, this really, when I did the coffee staining on this, it really, the pan really wreaked havoc on this time card. So this is why I wanted to come up with something that would really cover everything, you know, and not have to deal with losing it, because I didn't want to waste it. And so I was like, what can I do with this time card? I only had like 4 or 5 like this, and so it was just an old rusty pan, and I was doing small things in it. Now you're going to glue it to the top and leave the same amount of border as you did on the bottom. And what I did is I kind of folded it up and made sure everything was aligned, and it is. And it doesn't have to be necessarily, you know, if you don't have it all straight, that's no big deal. It's a junk journal. And so then what I did was I just put glue down both sides of the folded up section. So this portion here, I put glue on both sides to make the pocket. Okay, if I can get the glue out, we'll get the pocket glued down. And I just made sure I had plenty, you know, on the top part, so it didn't, well, that was crooked. So it doesn't, it will hold at the top. Now you could easily sew this. I would have sewn it had I not had the puppy to deal with today. And it was just her first day, and I didn't want to like totally neglect her. And so, because I put quite a bit of glue, it's oozing out on the side a little bit, but that's okay. You just rub it in, and that's going to really hold it, because this is a pretty thick card. I mean, it's not as flimsy as cardstock. It's more like maybe a thin poster board. Okay, there we go. Just press down and make sure it's holding. Get any excess glue that drives you crazy. I'll go back and clean that up later. Try not to bore you guys tonight. I know sometimes I can be slow, but I am just pretty laid back. So I'm trying to find a way to speed my videos up a little bit. I can't promise they will always be small, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so this one is all done, other than I'm going to go ahead and take my circle punch and make a little, just want to center it, and then ink it so people can see it. And move on. Okay, now that is, I'm going to let this one dry while we decorate the other one, because I want them to, I don't want the pockets to pop off until they're good and dry. Oh, I forgot to put this on. I'm sorry. This is the little flower that I'm putting on here. And I was going to put it on the top. I'm thinking now if I should put it down here or up here. I think I'm going to do right here. Just like it better. Now this album the cover is a sunflower cover. And a lot of the paper is sunflower. A lot of the cardstock and so forth. But there's other yellow flowers in this book as well that are not sunflowers. And, you know, it's hard to find sunflower pictures. And I didn't want to spend that much time just researching, so I just cut some things out that were yellow. And so I just want you to know that it's, you know, there are other flowers that's going to be in this book. Okay, so this one is going to be set aside, and we're going to go to work on this one. Same thing, everything's inked. Let's put this back part down first. It's probably going to be the easiest. I'm going to use burlap on the lower section this time, just as a, I have to look and see exactly, you know, if I want to do it 2 pockets or 3. I'll just have to see. Okay, now this is I'm making enough to go in I'm going to be making a fall journal also that has fall leaves on it, and so I thought I'd make this one for that book while I had all the paper out. Okay, clean up my glue, it's running out of the bottle. Okay, there's the back. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the 2 sides down because we don't have to do anything else to the top portion. So let's just go ahead and let this be drying. All right. And again, you just press the sides down. You're going to have glue come out because of the way it's folded up. And that one was much better than the last one as far as the glue goes. Okay, now just keep it down so that it doesn't pop up on you. That's the nice thing about Fabri-Tac. You can always count on it to... I'm going to glue on the small pocket, I'm going to glue this piece of green felt because I like the way the green looks in the center of the top portion. Okay, come on out, glue. Goodness. Okay. All right. Let me move up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. I just glued it kind of like matting a picture or something. I just wanted it to have both colors pop on it. And this is going to be the small pocket. And it is really... glue is giving me grief, like usual. And I'm like covered in it. Okay. Okay. Show you what that looks like. All right, so that's going to be on top of this. Now, the question is, I'm going to have a pocket here, so I'm just going to glue this down and let it just be solid. And you know what? I didn't need to change this paper now that I think about it. So on this one, I actually have 4 pockets. Got this one, I did one here and here. I'm telling you, Having a puppy really messes with your head. Or it's one of those days, I'm not sure which. I'm just going to glue this down and make it just a background for the small pocket. I told my husband, he come home from work and I'm like, it's your turn. It's time for me to be able to do a video. There's no way I could have done it today. I think once she gets broke in a little bit, it'd be easier, but oh my goodness. Okay, now you really have to hold this one down because it's heavier than, you know, anything else because it is burlap. And I hold it while I'm cleaning up the glue. And it will slide around just like paper, so kind of make sure it stays with the border. Okay. Now, this is going to be our small pocket. So we're just going to do right and left side and bottom. If the glue will come down for me. There it is. Now this is a tiny pocket. I mean, so you really need to use small tags, you know, or mini tags or whatever, but I didn't make really big tags for it. And I didn't really get the mat on here perfect, but that's okay. Again, it's just a junk journal. So you hold down the right and left side and make sure the bottom attaches to the burlap because it is a different kind of texture than what we're used to gluing to. And now I'm trying to remember, I think I wanted to do, where did it go? This is how it's been today. Oh, there it is. I wanted to do a leaf on this one. Now, I don't want to put it here because I've got a pocket here, so I am going to put it right here. Isn't that cute? Simple, but just really cute. I like the way this one is probably my favorite of the 4 I've made. And, you know, it's so funny how you can just make a tag or whatever, and one can look so much different than the other one, just based on the paper or the placement. Okay, so now we're going to put the leaf down and let it dry while we work on the other. We'll go back and forth. But let me hold it up first. How cute is that? I just want to sit and make them all night. They're fun. Okay, so let's go back to this one. And let's get it, the tags going on it. So what we're going to do is, and listen, I didn't even try to match things or anything like that. I just went for it. You know, I just started grabbing out scraps of this and scraps of that. And I even got some buttons out, which I don't do that often. But because, you know, it takes up, it's just too bulky. So on this little fabric, this is just a piece of the fabric from the cover. So I did ink it a little bit like I did the book because I like that distressed look. And I'm just putting glue across the top. This was just a scrap. And I thought, oh, I like the way that's shaped, so we'll just go with it. I did doodle around the edges again because I couldn't get on my machine today. And, you know, and it's tea stained or coffee stained one. See the little polka dots? It really did stain up nice. Okay, so let me dry this off. I'm going to add some black, or not black, but brown lace across here. And I'm not going to trim off the edges until it dries a little bit because I'm telling you, this glue just won't stop where you can just put a thin line. Crazy. I'm going to glue completely across, and then I'll trim off what's hanging over whenever it's dried a little bit. I don't know if there's more glue on me or the project. So you don't have to worry about this being perfect, you know, because we're going to trim the edges. Look at that glue on my hands. Gosh. I'm just messy tonight. Okay, now I did string some crochet thread through my little button, and I'm going to glue that down so that it holds better. It's a brown button, just like the lace. All right. I think I'm going to be different, put it on the left this time. I put it just slightly on and off of the ribbon, and it's sticking to my finger. So there. Now I'm going to let that dry before I move on to the next part. So we'll go ahead and do the other tag. All right. Let's kind of scoot this over. Now this tag is for the leaf book, and so I'm going to put some wooden leaves on here. I just think they're so cute. And I put some muslin and some cheesecloth, and I'm just going to put some glue underneath. I inked around this as well. There's nothing fancy about this, but I think because it's fall, it's just so pretty. You know, the fall is like my favorite season, and the colors are just so beautiful. I can just have no problem whatsoever doing anything fall. I'm just spreading a little bit of glue on here. No way is better than the other, because I want it to look just very random. Just kind of stick it down. Now, these little wood leaves are heavier, so you want to make sure you don't want to go nuts and have it seep out everywhere, because I'm sure mine will. I just can never get it perfect, but that's all right. Let's see, let's put it on this side and kind of up on the left and up a little bit, and then we'll put this little yellow one on the right and down a little bit, just to give it that, you know, different design. Okay. Now these will have to dry as well because they're heavy. I'm going to kind of turn it to the side a little bit. How cute is that? And how simple was it? I mean, seriously, it was a store-bought tag, but you could do it with your own tags. And muslin and cheesecloth and two little wooden, and I know I got these at Hobby Lobby one year, and I'm sure that they still sell something. At least they probably still sell them unfinished, if nothing else, and you could paint them yourself. Okay, so moving on. We're going to go back to put this over here to dry. Going to go back to this pocket and back to this tag. I'm going to flip it over. I've got strings going everywhere. I'm going to flip it over and cut it off, the excess. Now, so you know, that was just very simple. I'm just going to tie some twine, you know, burlap type twine. I don't even know what it's called. That's what we're going to call it. And so you're going to put it through the front of your tag. You can just tie it, or you can bring it up and tie it, whichever you like. I think I'm just going to tie it, and that way I can make it as short as I want. And you could the other way too. It's just, this is lots easier. I don't want them super long because you're going to have several tags, you know, that are going to have little strings. Now remember, you can put one back here. See, I don't have those made yet, but I wanted to do the video and get it out there for you guys. And it's not completely dry in here, so I'm not going to cram this tag down too far because I don't want it to get all glued. Okay, so we have these little small tags. I just put half of a circle on there with just some text and a little piece of brown lace and the same twine. Now, I'm going to put it down in this pocket right here, and I'm just going to lean it to one side. I just like the way that looks, and so that's what we're going to do on that one. And then I think I've got these two to choose from. This has black in it. This has red. I think I'm going to keep that for the leaf. This is Enjoy Your Day, and you want to lean it the opposite way. Now, all I did with these little mini tags that I got at Denise's shop was I put a little bit of muslin on there after I inked it, and put a little square that says Enjoy Your Day. So how simple is that? Very simple. Now I'm going to take these out because I don't want them to pop the sides. But yes, that one is complete. It was so simple. But this is my favorite. I can tell you right now, this one's my favorite. And this one is just a circle tag. And I put a text heart behind it, and then I put a check or plaid autumn red heart on it. So I know I have another string floating around here, so we're going to tie this burlap string or whatever it's called in the top, double knot, and then trim it. Okay. And I'm not picky about everything being perfectly even. Some of them will be longer than the others. Okay, now this is going to go in here. I might go back and put stitching around this. I don't know yet. I think right now it's just going to stay that way. Oh, we got to put a little tab on the top so that if the person wants to add an extra tag, they can. And I plan on it because I am a journaling hog when it comes to finding space to journal. So because these are wood, they're better off in this pocket. And again, I'm not going to stick it all the way down. Put this one in the small pocket behind the burlap. Lean it to the left. I'm going to shorten this string a little bit. I don't like it that long. And then, now this one, I tied it up here at the top. So I think I am going to leave it long because I kind of like that. And then I'm just going to slip it in. And it just gives a different look. You know, I like the way it turned out. What do you think? I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And believe it or not, I've kept it under 35 minutes. So this is going to go in the fall leaf book, and the other one's going to go in my sunflower book, both of which is fall and very colorful. So if you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe and come back and watch again. See you guys next time. Bye.